Hello and welcome back to Homebrew EDH, where I take you through my personal commander decks, how they work, and how they win. This episode is Narset Enlightened Master. 3 blue, red, white for a 3/2 monk with first strike and hexproof that reads whenever it attacks, exile the top 4 cards of your library until end of turn. You may cast non-creature cards exiled this way with Narset without paying their mana costs. This is an extra turns and top deck manipulation deck that has several winning lines that I'll be going over in this video. And with that, let's get into it. With the first piece of this deck is the manipulation of the top of our deck so that the cards we exile are the ones that we can cast for free, are the best of the best. Cards like Mystical Tutor and Brainstorm are pretty guaranteed to at least get 1 extra turn. It entirely depends on exactly what's on top or what we choose to find that is in our deck. Consider is a bit riskier because it's just look at the top card, you may put it into your graveyard and then draw another card, so you have to hope that your turn spells are either 3 cards deep or directly on top and you can leave it there. Alright, now we are going to look at the 5 extra turn spells that I have currently in this deck. Yes, I'm aware there are better ones. Yes, I'm aware there are more of them, but these are the 5 I could afford to buy to put them in the deck. So that's what's here. Part the Water Veil and Alrund's Epiphany, as well as Karn's Temporal Sundering, exile themselves after we take the turn. Beacon of Tomorrows shuffles itself into our library, kind of like the Nexus of Fate, but, you know, worse slightly. And Walk the Aeons just goes to our graveyard, but we can also put it back in our hand by sacrificing 3 islands when we cast it. Alright, so the first combo we are going to look at is the Brain Freeze Underworld Breach combo. If you want to know how that works in greater detail, you can check out my Locust God deck tech. That should be episode 24, I believe, is where that one is. It explains the combo a bit better, but basically with enough cards in our graveyard we can exile 3, pay the 2 for Brain Freeze, storm off, and mill our opponents out. Or the other way, why the other 2 cards are there, Electro Dominance and Stormkiln Artist, is that Storm copies the spell, so we get all the treasures from the increasing storm counts, which can then just be poured into a massive Electro Dominance, which can almost guaranteed one-shot any opponent on the board. Alright, the second to last combo is also part of that infinite mana type of loop with the Stormkiln and the Electro Dominance, but this one is Isochron Scepter Dramatic Reversal. If you want to see how that combo works in more detail, you can check out my Thrasios and Tymna deck tech. That was episode 14, I want to say, and that goes into much more detail than I'll give it here. But basically you can, if you have the mana rocks that will net mana positive with like a Soul Ring and an Arcane Signet, or in this case Darksteel Ingot and Azorius Signet, can tap for 3. You only need 2 once you imprint to cast the Dramatic Reversal, which will untap the artifacts, which will keep going and looping themselves. Because it's a copy of a spell, the Magecraft on the Stormkiln will trigger Infinite Treasures, cast Electro Dominance for infinite amount of damage, kill your opponents in 1 shot. If you have a card like Swarm Intelligence or something, it will copy the copy and then copy the other copies. It just gets really, really messy sometimes, but you know, if you can 2-shot your opponents or even 1-shot your opponents, hey, you're not losing, right? Alright, and the final win con in this deck is the most straightforward with Approach of the Second Sun, which is 6 and a white. That is a sorcery that reads, if this spell was cast from your hand and you've cast another spell with the same name this game, you win. Otherwise, put it into its owner's library, 7th from the top, and you gain 7 life. But with a card, again, like Swarm Intelligence or anything like that, you can just copy it and you just win from there. It's pretty straightforward. That will do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This will be my last deck tech for some time until I figure out the next chapter of content for you guys. Get some new ideas. I've got some outlines. It's all there. I just want to figure out how I can do it to the best of my ability so that you guys will enjoy what I am producing so that everybody can be happy. So there'll be some changes around, maybe some shorts. I'm not quite sure how the rest of the schedule looks, but this is my last physical, real deck tech for a while. There'll be a channel update video sometime in the future once I figure some things out. As always, the deck list will be in the description with all the cards I did not include in this video. Deck suggestions are welcome, but again, going on a bit of a break from deck techs, but suggestions will be written down, and I've got a few that are sitting around, but I don't really feel like getting into those right now. So, until I see you guys in the next one, take it easy and enjoy your day.